We're live. We're live with the episode.
All right, let me check now.
And now it is official,
Is it?
according to me.
All right, cool. And according to the YouTubes, we are live, and we have two people looking. Oh, that's you two.
Well, now that it's actually live, now it's
yeah,
a thing.
yeah, Tori, what's happening? Kicking it off. All right, so we have Tori on. That's good. Oh, look there. There's Mike.
Ah, there you are, Mike.
Evening, sir. I've got Lex tucked over in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted to be in the
Audience.
live studio audience. So we let her. All right, we got more peeps showing up. That's good. Better than no peeps. Better than no peeps.
My iPad said swipe left. I kept swiping right, and I realized that was
The
de-
wrong way.
I'm like, but I am going from the left. I'm like, oh.
Ugh. Yeah, so you just liked a lot of dudes, huh?
Yes.
Is that how that works?
Well, yeah. There's a lot of love
A lot of
flowing
love.
now.
Yeah. I love it. All right, good. I've hit the record button on both
Well, that's good.
thingy-mabobs, and
Both
we're off
thingies.
running. And anybody else on? So right now, we don't have a true topic for the night, but we got a couple of things. I've got a couple questions to ask. We've got 2 new segments that we're going to intro, and I think that's going to be a lot of fun, and we'll get that forward. But if you have questions or comments or anything throughout the show, Jason will be monitoring those and will help us out with that. He's one of those people that last minute I can call him up, and
He showed up.
he showed up. So it's all
9
good.
minutes away has its privileges.
Sometimes.
All right.
That's
I
when,
said
that's
I
when
s-
Billy
I
shows up
said
at
that
my
out
house.
loud? Oh. I'm sorry.
All right. So Joe's got a real good question, and let's save that for a little bit later. It's a good question, and I already have my answer for it.
Ooh. I bet I'm going to write it down and seal it
Yeah.
in a jar because I think I know what you're going to say.
Yeah. All right, we'll give a couple more minutes, share it out, get a few more people on, and we'll kick it off. But
I'm so basic.
yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're my basic bitch.
That's not nice.
Our friends at Power Tank, I know they've got they had some Black Friday deals going on, but I think our discount is equal to, if not better than,
And you're
some of
my
their
basic
deals.
power tank bitch.
I am. I need to get mine filled.
Do you?
I do.
Oh, yeah, you
Is
didn't
it
have it
empty?
filled.
No.
No,
Oh,
we went wheeling and he didn't have it filled.
Oh, you had one job to do.
Well,
Okay, you had
it
lots
was one of
jobs
those
to do.
things where I'm pretty sure it was too empty to do 8 to 12 tires.
Uh-huh.
So we just use the compressors, and
Yeah.
they've changed the way that they're hosed.
They have a lot more hose.
Yeah, a lot more hose.
That could go in a lot of directions right now, but I'm going to let that one sail.
But if you don't
Hoses.
want to
Sorry.
wait in line or use a hose,
You don't want to wait
then
for hose.
Jeep Life Pod 15 will get the complete system at Power Tank. So use that code. Pipes.
Oh, now I'm just seeing that question.
is offering a free shipping on their systems to our listener, Jeep Life at pipesexhouse.com.
It's the sex house.
Sex House for all your exhaust needs. Good friends of ours.
Mine's kind of drony lately, and I'm not liking it. I don't know.
Let's drill it out and make it loud.
You don't have pipes, so
I don't have a pipes currently.
maybe you should use our discount for some free shipping.
Well, the thing is my profession.
Yes.
I have to test things,
right.
and I'm in testing phases.
That's true.
So it doesn't help when I have to take things off, put it back on, take things off, put it back on, take things off. So it's just with stock.
I get it.
It is right
Yep.
now, and also taking it all apart and putting it all back
I think
together
I'm still
again.
in possession of one of the things you've taken off.
Cold
You are.
Case. Cold Case. Our friends over at Cold Case. It will keep your engine running cool. Same deal. Free shipping on their systems from our listeners. And that's Jeep Life is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
It is the thing. Off camber, word is
30.
30%.
30. Dirty 30.
Yeah, off camber lighting, Jeep Life Pod is the code there. All these notes will be in our show notes, so you don't have to remember them. Of course, we do have an exclusive ArmorLite discount, Jeep Life Podcast 10 for a complete system at ArmorLite. GoArmorLite.com will get you that. They are the presenting sponsor for the Jeep Life Podcast, and we appreciate them. We'll touch base with them in just a minute. All right, I feel like we've got a good run here with some peoples on, so we're gonna kick
Peoples?
things
Lots of people.
off. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Jeep Life Podcast. We're that podcast that is proudly presented by ArmorLite, the toughest flooring on the trail. Our listeners get an exclusive ArmorLite discount, Jeep Life Podcast 10 at GoArmorLite.com. Again, the toughest flooring on the trail. Our thanks to ArmorLite for being the presenting sponsor of the Jeep Life Podcast. Hey, everybody.
You know how I thank them every time I get in my Jeep?
Yeah.
I keep it dirty.
Keep it dirty. Clean it up every once in a while.
But you can clean it real quick.
I should clean it real quick.
Yeah, exactly. I'm Jeep and Terry, and I'm joined in the studio by Breaky Bill. How's it going, brother?
I'm doing well, just interrupting you like always.
That's what
my job.
That's what you do, and I love it.
I always just have a thought, and I'm like, I got to say this now.
Now. Yeah. Well, if I hate the thought enough, I'll just edit it in post and put it where I want it to be.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway.
Or delete. I've done that before.
Yeah, he has.
And across the table is what do we call it? Beachcomber Jason?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Beach boy
Beach and
Jason.
Beach and Jason.
Beach and Jason.
Bitch and Jason.
No.
Somewhere in there.
Hey,
Oh,
thanks for
yeah, I've
answering
known
the
that.
call tonight.
That's what I'm here for.
Picking up the phone, throwing it down.
Figured
I got the 411. I'm like, yo.
It always works well with 3.
It does. It does. It's balanced.
It throws an extra, it really gets that across to the audience, I think.
It does. It communicates really
It
well.
is a different flavor.
It is.
Flavor Flav.
I feel like when it's just Terry and I, we just sit here and argue all the time.
That is what
You
we
need
do.
an
we
adjudicator.
we need somebody to
Time out.
interject or for me to
5
argue with
yards.
somebody else.
Yes.
Correct. And I get to pick which side I'm on.
Exactly. It's always a great
One
time.
of the things that we were talking about before we came on air, I mean, it was literally moments. But you are gullible basic bitch right now. What's going on with that?
Such a basic bitch.
Tell me a little bit about this. What did you go and do?
All right, I broke down and I bought the Jeep Merrill mid-top boots.
The Moabs.
The Moabs.
Yeah,
so they're the Moab line, but
They're
Merrill
Jeep branded.
partnered with Jeep
Yeah.
and created a Rubicon boot.
Yeah. It comes in a fancy box.
Does that
Oh,
mean
the
you
box?
can hike it? Can you like hike in these boots
Oh.
on the Rubicon? Is
Oh
that
yeah,
like,
you should be able to.
You should be
that
able
should
to.
be like the official
You should be able to. So they are a extreme rugged
Yeah.
hiking boot.
Yeah.
So it is trail type says rugged, made for adventure. You know, the Jeep's made for adventure. I'm made for adventure. Darn it, we're going on an adventure.
I like it. So Merrill makes awesome shoes, and I wore Merrill for a good part of my life.
So they got some tech specs here.
All right,
I got the page
let's
up.
throw it down.
They are 16.3 ounces per shoe.
Lightweight.
They are lightweight. They have a drop of 11.5 millimeters. I don't know what that means,
Yeah.
but it's a tech spec.
It's a tech spec.
They have a lug depth.
Oh,
We're all worried about how deep are our tires
yeah. Are
right
these
now.
But
mud
what is the
terrains
tor-
or all terrains?
But I
These
wanna know,
are some mud terrains,
but when
damn
you put
it.
them on, what's the torque spec?
Oh, I don't know the torque spec, but they are 5 millimeters deep.
Oh my God, that's deep.
That's almost, that's
Well,
a
that could
that's
hurt
a,
if it means
that's a
That's
solid.
half a
Sticks in your foot.
centimeter.
That's a half a centimeter.
That's a half a centimeter.
That's a
right
half
there.
a centimeter. That's a good amount.
Yeah.
Love that
Um,
metric system.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. They are best in class Vibram TC5 Plus outsole for optimal traction. I am such a
that
basic
like
white girl right
Nitto
now.
Yeah, you
Ridge
are.
grapplers or something.
I
Yeah.
think no, although I am they have kinetic foot, which is I think one of like Merrill's kind of signature things. It's really cool for like extra cushion in your heel.
Yep.
Also, it has the higher side bolsters for your ankles.
So it's
Which
got
I'm really-
coilovers.
It's
Yes.
got coilovers. It's got some
This is
extra.
awesome.
Yeah, it's got some stability in there. So
The
it
most
has
affordable
it has
coilovers ever.
It has some anti-rock sway bars
That's
on
correct.
these things. We're definitely gonna lock these girls into 4-wheel drive and take them to the ski area.
Yeah. Yep.
That's really kind of what I bought them for.
I don't think any of the colors had my size in them because I
No,
was looking
you have
at
very
them and
large
I
feet.
wanted them, but I have owned the Moab 3 in lower.
Wait, you're 15?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay, Sasquatch.
15. They have them in gray and green.
Gray and green.
Gray and green.
That's new information.
Looking at it right now on
All
the
right.
interwebs.
All right.
So, Lexi, if you're looking for a Christmas idea for your dad,
Yeah. You can't have it.
Buy one, get one, 50%
buy one
off, right?
I don't know.
Anybody?
Buy your
Anybody?
dad a Christmas present.
Yeah.
Yep, he's worth it.
He
You know
get-
how much he
Yeah.
does
help-
for you all
he-
the
he help-
time.
No
He'll bring you
doubt.
into this world.
He will
No
take you
doubt.
out of this world too. Well,
But they are sharp shoes. I like them. I will probably maybe I'll get the high top version, but I definitely like the low top Moab 3s. I've had those before.
yeah,
They're great. The
absolutely.
soles of them are great. They're top notch. But congratulations on that.
It's like I'm having a baby girl.
Bum, bum,
It's,
bum.
it's almost exactly like that.
No, but they are pretty cool. They have some Jeep accents around the shoe, and
Yep.
they have the Rubicon across the toe.
They have they have some Easter eggs.
Yeah, I'm
if you
such
will.
a basic white girl. I'm sorry.
That's all right. You can
I'm
be.
really excited for them, though.
You should be. I can't
I
wait
love
to see
a
see you in
good
them.
shoe.
I
Wow.
yes.
Like, I don't know.
Maybe we need a shoe episode.
Do we?
Wow.
I don't
we don't
think
need
so.
a shoe
I'm
episode.
But
really
like,
not
I
very
love my
exciting in
cowboy
that.
boots.
Yeah,
I
you
love,
do wear
I'll
cowboy
show
boots.
up and
I'm
be
a
like,
cowboy
"Here's
boot guy.
my
Like,
Yep.
junk pair of
but
like Chucks. Here they are. Like
No.
I get teased by my family all the time. It's like you wear all the same stuff all the time. I go because it's comfortable.
like
Yes.
I wear
Yes.
my shoes
It's
until
comfortable,
they
and that's it.
disintegrate.
Yeah,
You've seen it.
Correct.
yes, I have.
It's comfortable, and the other part of it is, and you wear it until it dies.
Like, I have 2 pairs of shoes that are strictly garage shoes,
Correct.
and they are dying
Yeah.
on
But
my
th-
feet.
see, this is the pipeline that I think this is a very. Now I'm going to say it's a very male point of view, but like okay, I've got shoes, right? And these are the good shoes.
Yeah.
But the bad shoes that just went out, they didn't get thrown out. Those are the garage shoes.
Yeah,
Those
they're
are
the
garage
garage
shoes or
shoes.
the
So
mow in
they're
the
the
yard
garage-
shoes.
Or
yeah.
I'm on the trail shoes.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, they're in the
Yep.
mud. I
Yeah.
don't really care, do
Whatever.
I?
Yeah.
And then I get the new shoes, and they all slide.
There's such a
into
guy thing.
Correct.
Has to be.
And until the moment I step in a puddle and I go, my sock is wet. These shoes are done.
Yep.
Oh no, I
They-
dry
they
them
have-
out.
they
I
have
pressure wash.
expired.
I put them back in through the wash.
No, no, no. I mean, I have a hole in the shoe.
Oh.
Like I've worn
Oh,
them
you
literally.
mean
like,
literally the
the
sole's
shoes
gone.
upstairs.
They're
If I
almost
bend
there.
them like this, there's holes.
How did we get here?
I don't
I
know.
don't
You brought up
'Cause we've got no
shoes.
it's no topic Tuesday. Oh wait, it's
We are-
Sunday.
we are-
but never
we are-
mind.
We are bleeding listeners as we speak. They're
No,
just-
I don't care.
they're hitting
this
stop.
is great. This is
Ne-
entertainment.
Next. Entertainment. I like the shoes. I think I'm going to order a pair or something. I don't
They're
know.
boots.
Yeah,
they
they
have
are. They're
traction,
boots.
support, and comfort all in one.
All in one. Yeah. Can't just have two of the three. You have to have all three.
Yep.
Ooh,
I do not have
All right, now that we
Crocs.
beat that, and the only improvement would be when you step on the accelerator, does it make your Jeep go faster?
Yep.
Of course it does. Buy some.
Of course.
It's excellent.
So we spent some time over here this
Oh,
week.
jeez.
Yeah, I'm gonna push that down for just a minute. We spent some time over here this week, doing a little work on Lexi's Jeep.
We did. It involved a lot of cursing.
It did, yes,
A lot of cursing.
All right, so I sent you over here. Dave, you might want to hit pause on this, but I sent you over here, literally to supervise
There was
her doing the work, and because she's installed one of these, and then I get later this update, broke a bolt. Wait, broke another bolt. Wait, broke another bolt. 3 bolts,
three
And
bolts.
and it ended up being the 4th one as well.
we just broke the 4th because it was shits and giggles at this point.
Yeah, right. So we were doing Lexi's pipes exhaust.
Correct. So we were installing the 07 to 18 high clearance Turbo Pro muffler system
Yep.
from Pipes Exhaust System. Pipe Sex House, thank you very much.
Yeah.
It was a real sex house. There was sweating going on. There was cursing.
There's a lot of F's given.
But by the time I got over here,
You just showed up with a beer, and you were lucky
Right.
you showed up like that.
that's the whole reason I came over was to make sure to calm the nerves
Oh
of
my
everybody. I'm giving Lexi a
gosh.
beer. You're getting a beer. Everybody's getting a beer.
Everybody needed a beer at this point.
So now with my high clearance, I only have one muffler.
Correct. You have one muffler that's located like in between, right underneath the passenger rear seat on the driver's side.
Right. And it's it's a relatively straightforward.
Yep. But you have
install.
the Street Pro.
Yes.
Street Pro high clearance, which is an actual muffler
Yep.
so they eliminate the resonator, and it is a muffler in line right about where the resonator would sit. So it takes a lot of the raspiness out of your exhaust.
Right.
But then it dumps it right out into a 2.5-inch tube all the way out, up over the axle and out the back.
Yes.
Real cleanly, real nice. You had the snake bite for a little bit. We chopped that off, cleaned it up. But so that's a really easy, simple system. But your system doesn't require taking off the rear sway bar.
Right. Whereas this is where the
Which somebody had to design this exhaust system to be super high clearance.
yeah.
Super high.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, so it
No,
this
I
one
love it.
this one has 2
Ultra
mufflers.
high clearance.
Ultra super duper
It
high.
has the M80 type.
Right. So it has an
Where
M80
my-
resonator. So it goes out of your Y pipe, the collector, right,
Yep.
as it gathers after your 2. And this is both either 3.8 or 3.6. Goes into your cats, into the collector, the Y section, into a nice stainless steel, like mandrel bent tube
Yep.
into your M80 resonator.
Yep.
up over the axle with some more beautiful stainless steel 304 stainless mandrel bent gorgeous piping.
And it wants to do battle with the sway bar.
And it like
Yeah.
butts heads.
Yeah. So included with that is a 1-inch spacer.
Yep, 1x1 tube spacer.
Yep.
Really nice, works well.
But removing the bolts from the stock sway bar.
That have never been removed before.
Never been removed before. Stock Jeep 2010.
10. Yeah, so a
That
13-year-old.
lived in the Northeast.
Yep.
Just break the bolts off and be done with it.
Yeah, well,
That's
so
what an
they're
angle grinder's for.
inside the
Can't use an angle.
the frame, those are captured and welded.
Yep.
Nuts.
Yep.
Oh.
And
So go to your local Home Depot, hardware store, wherever, and buy a masonry
yeah.
chisel point.
Yep.
And you can just stick it inside the frame enough, break the bolts off in the frame because just it's simpler at that point, and snap off the nuts on the inside of the frame.
Yep.
And you can easily like stick your finger in there and fish them out.
Yes.
It's easy. And then go and take the bolts that pipe supply,
Yep.
put them downward so it's easier to install your
Yes.
sway bar
Yes.
and all the components, and then go to the hardware store and get some nuts.
So those are M10.
1.5.
Were they 1.5
Yep.
or 1.75?
1.5.
1.5 thread.
Yep.
I just took the bolts with me and
just match them up.
and got nuts for it. Yeah, it's never a fun time when in the middle of a project we have to run to the hardware store.
Yeah.
But it gave you a chance to do
Take
a
care
few
of
things.
it.
Yeah.
Clean some stuff up. Make sure everything's ready to go back together.
And then when we got back, was pretty quick. We were 2 inches short.
We'll talk about that.
All right, we can leave that alone. But anyway, got it all tightened up. It's not going anywhere. It's not moving. It sounds good.
I bet.
We need to. One of the projects, and Lexi and I've been looking at parts on this, is she has a crack in her exhaust manifold. So
I
it's,
think that'll take care of a lot of the sound, and it'll
Yep.
sound a lot better.
it'll sound. I think it'll sound more like the muffler that we want.
Yep.
The exhaust that we want.
Yep.
But we started looking for parts of that, and that's a relatively inexpensive repair, and it's 8 bolts total. And as long as everything comes out okay,
Hopefully.
it should be
Well, you're calling me, and then I'm extracting bolts.
bolts
and,
out of the
was,
side of the engine block. But we'll
Please no. Please no.
we'll do that
No.
in the next couple of days.
At least you got those out. I still have those 4 bolts to get out of the damn seat brackets out of the back of the TJ.
I'll take care of that.
Yeah, little heat and yeah.
I tried that. We'll see.
You
That'll
can
be
get
a
'em from
story.
the other. You can get them from the underside. That's the easy way.
Yeah.
Yes, correct. Because they're clean the other
Mhm.
way. I
Yep.
should never have jacked them out the other way. It'll be a story for another time.
Yeah.
We'll make it a story for another time.
Extracting weird bolts.
Extracting them from the bottom because the threads were good, but you jacked it all up.
So our friend Dave, we're going to take a moment and say that we lost a special person in the local Jeep community this holiday. Rick Johnson, owner of Side Street Off-Road, passed away unexpectedly. He was a listener of the show and an overall great guy. Rest in peace, Pickle Rick. You're going to be missed by many. I did see that on my Facebook feed
That sucks.
this afternoon, and so
It's a shame, really, with the holiday and everything.
it's never a good time to go.
No,
This is a particularly awful time to
it's
go.
awful.
So our thoughts are with his family and friends, and raise a glass in his honor and say kind words.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for sharing that. Hey, we've got 2 new segments that we've kind of come up
2.
with. 2.
2.
and these are segments that are going to be ongoing. We're going to do them
And
as
you can
on
suggest
a regular basis. Yeah.
to these segments as well.
I love it. We're going to do a Jeep Life 101. So that's going to be kind of your beginner. Hey, this is something new that's coming out, or maybe you haven't thought of this, or it's just a great way to bring a new listener or beginner Jeeper into the fold without them feeling foolish and having to ask these questions. And then we've got the Jeep Life expert level. Think of this as your 400 level college class,
This is
or
AP Jeeping.
you're
Yeah.
up against the boss on the final level of the video game.
Yep.
And so we're going to do each one of those throughout the time. If you have a topic that you would like to discuss on either one of those, feel free to email us at info@jeeplifepodcast.com. Or comment.
Comment if you're here.
Comment in the
We'll do it now.
Yeah. But Jeep Life 101, I would put in a clever ditty here if I had one. But we'll see if we can come up with that. A lot of times, and then I see this in my line of work, people don't know what model Jeep they have.
Ooh, that's a good one.
We struggle sometimes with even what year it is, right? If we get the year, we can kind of figure that out.
Sort of.
Kind
There's
of.
some whammies in there.
There are. But
It's more
Jeep,
or less Jeep lingo.
it is Jeep lingo, and Jeep makes it easy,
Ish.
Maybe.
If you like the letter J,
for us to figure this out.
Yeah.
Current models.
JL.
Yes. So that's any
JLU.
4-door Jeep Wrangler.
2018
18 to now.
mid-year 2018 to present.
correct.
Yep.
18 was a crossover year.
Yes, 18 is the crossover year. Very easy way to tell a JL.
Yep.
Is the side right by the fenders. They have a little plastic insert or some type of accent
Mm-hmm.
in the fender,
Yeah. And a
and
vent.
also an event.
Yeah.
And also they have 9-inch headlights.
Oh, yeah.
And you have pull door handles
And-
instead of button.
That is
Yeah.
they're all very easy ways to
Very quick to spot.
distinguish.
All of those hold true for the Gladiator as well.
Correct. But
Correct.
the Gladiator is a JT.
Easy way
Jeep
to remember that.
truck.
Jeep truck.
Jeep truck. And that is a 4-door Jeep with
Yep.
a 5 and 6
half.
inch bed.
5'6" bed.
Yep.
From the B pillar forward,
Correct.
it is basically a JL. There are
Actually,
few things-
almost from the C pillar
oh
forward.
yeah, almost from the C
because
pillar. Yeah,
the doors for a JL and a JT are the same.
are they?
So it's really the back
Oh, I
end.
did. Yeah, yeah.
So
really
instead
just
of,
the back
instead
end.
Of the,
Yep. So the
Bat hatch.
doors are the same because we use the
Right.
same tube doors
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
for a JL and a JT.
All right. See, even I learned something today with that. So if you're looking,
If you really want to know, Jeeps are Legos, and they just keep adding components in.
that's right. So there are other
Models,
models, denominations, if you
Yes.
will,
Lots of them.
and we're gonna do a quick run back from current JL JTs.
Yep.
There
Current.
we are.
The JK was the model previous to that,
Yeah.
and that is 2007
18.
to 18 in that
Mid-year.
mid-year.
Yep.
That's what I have. That's what you have, Terry.
Yep.
That's
Jason
what I
has
have.
a
I have a
JK.
17, Yep.
But
yeah,
Jason also
Lexi has a
owns
JK.
a JL as well.
Yes, he does.
Yep.
So the JK actually has 2.5 versions of it.
Yep. Has a 2-door,
Yes.
has a 4-door,
Yes.
has the Rubicon,
Yes.
Sahara,
And the Chief.
Well,
and the
Da-da-da.
Chief.
in reality, it's like the
There's a lot of-
07
there's a lot of them.
to
Oh, you're
11.
talking, yes.
Right.
different
Yes.
interior.
Well,
Yes.
it's also defined typically, I think, Billy, you'd agree, one
by
of the
engine
the
denominator.
Yes.
the big demarcation
Well, it's
line
the
is the
en-
3.8 versus the
Yes.
3.6.
Engine and interior are the
Yep.
two. It was the mid-year model change, which we just hit that with
'Cause
the
that was what?
JLs as
right,
well.
Was
right.
that
The 24.
2012?
2011 into
11.
2012. Yep.
Yep. And then at the 2018 has very slight sticker decal changes
Yes, they do.
than the 17.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the demarcation there. Now,
They
previous
did a lot
to that,
of different model,
Correct.
year-to-year changes, upgrades over the different years
Yeah.
of the JK.
But they did a lot of the series that had run through, and I think that's fair to just take a side note on is while we're talking about all the mainstream versions, there's a lot of special editions and
Oh, yeah.
flavors, shall we call it.
Yes.
So I
Models.
I kind of called out
packages.
the Chief. So the Chief
the
was
Chief,
2017.
the Arctic,
There's
the
which is
Moab,
Black Bear.
the Black Bear.
all of these.
There's
Call
So
of Duty.
anybody that
Yeah.
has any of those special versions, they still are a JK, but they are a special edition
Yes.
with usually typically detailing and so on.
Yes.
Yes.
Then we get from 1997
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's a
to
Gen 1.
2006
Yep.
are the TJs.
Yes.
They are two-door Jeeps.
Yep.
Older model.
Yep.
Still
Still have the round headlight.
round headlight. They have a one-piece tub
Yep.
usually
Mhm.
in the rear end. Very easy to get the front fenders off.
Lighter weight Danas underneath.
Has a Dana 30, and they
Some.
also had a Dana 35.
Some.
C-clipped.
Yep.
Some have a Dana 44 front and rear.
Yes.
Right.
That's when they also came out with the Rubicon
Right.
edition
Right.
in 2003.
Yep.
Now, did that have a 40? Is that where that got
That
introduced?
is where the Dana 44 was introduced in the front
Okay.
end with lockers.
Yes.
The first generation of Rubicons in 2003 actually had air-actuated
Oh, wow.
lockers.
There
How
you
about
go.
that?
I feel like that's some learnings today.
Yeah.
It is. With the TJ, there was an extended unlimited version
Yes,
of the
there
TJ.
was. The LJ
Yes.
that ran from 2004, I believe, to 2006.
Yeah, I think you're right on
That's it.
Yep.
That was the toe in the proverbial pool of we're going to go to 4 doors.
Yes. It was an extended
Yep.
tub, so they put an extra 10 inches behind the door. And I like it a lot.
Longer
I
wheelbase.
really do
Yep.
like it.
I do too.
I think it is the optimal.
It's a practical 2-door. It has enough room to
Two-door.
put
Mm.
stuff there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they do give you a little bit of a trunk. It does look a little funky because there's a weird space behind the door. It's about
Yeah, because
No,
we're
it's a
used
10
to
inches.
seeing.
Right.
yeah,
Right.
it's about half of what you got.
Yeah. I can't even.
Terry
I
has some
can't
weird
even
space
with that.
behind the door too, but you know we're not going there.
I know that Las Vegas Rock Crawlers
Yep.
rental company out. They
They
almost
Pride
exclusively
themselves
in
on LJs.
LJs.
Yeah.
It's
Really?
awesome.
That's
It
cool.
is the optimal wheelbase. 103 inches.
Yeah, it's
So if you rake that out,
You can get to like
you're
108,
15. Oh,
109.
yeah, not quite the
Okay.
115 mark
I was
where
gonna
you're
But
going
like
to
the
JK.
110 range, if you can get to that, if you can rake out, a few inches in the
Right.
front, few inches in the back, give it a little bit
you're
of a
kind of
comp
at the
cut,
number.
you are at that perfect rock crawling number of
You're
110.
not stiffed on the 2-door. You're
Yep.
not long on the.
And also, the other thing that is common about that is if you put some full width Dana 60s, you drop it low, like LCG on that thing, you can get some of the most stable rock crawlers
Yep.
like out there. You can put them up against like moon buggies and they still are planted.
Yep.
Hmm.
It's ridiculous.
You got the width and the length.
Width,
it's
length.
good.
It's like the optimal like rectangle of like
geometrical
Yeah.
perfection.
Yeah.
long arms.
So prior to the TJ,
Yeah.
and we're going to burn through these because it's not really as important. The YJ.
Yep.
which was a lot of people considered it to be the redheaded
It's
stepchild
got
of
the
the
square
headlights.
rectangles.
square headlights.
It basically was an upgraded CJ,
Glorified CJ.
which CJ was the civilian Jeep, and that's where Jeep kind of came into the real world after
Yeah.
the
Right.
MB of the military. And so those are the two-letter designations.
For the Wrangler. Now, there are a lot of other designations out there for
Absolutely.
Yeah.
other Jeeps. There's
Every-
the WJ, the,
Every Jeep has a two-letter designation,
the WK, WK2,
but all we need to concern ourselves with is the Wrangler.
the KJ.
Yep. We're
So
talking
what's
about
a
Liberty.
KJ?
That's the Renegade.
Oh, that's a good
KJ.
quiz question. But see, even the CJ though, it goes back to like what we were talking with. You've got all these other different designations. The CJ had a variety. You had the
Well, there's
CJ5,
the
the 7,
CJ5,
the 8, the Scrambler.
7,
the Scrambler
8,
was a CJ8.
5, yeah.
And
2A.
they're very uniquely different. You
Yes,
see them
there's
and
a
you go,
lot of-
oh,
and you're
Yep.
like, huh,
what's
what
a
is that
Scrambler?
one?
And you go, Scrambler, that looks kind of
Yeah.
funky.
Yeah.
All right, so that's our very first Jeep Life 101.
Boom.
All right, thanks everybody for
Love
that
it.
one. That's great. We want your input. Show us your shop.
Well, my shop was supposed to be the topic of this week.
Yeah,
It's kind of a mess and
It's-
has a big old surprise sitting in it.
it's had a couple of things going on this week with
Yeah.
it. So, but do show us your shop. info@jeeplifepodcast.com or any of our social medias. Our expert level, Jeep Life expert level. What are we going to do?
I thought we were going to throw something else in here. The events.
Oh, we don't have any events.
Right, but I thought we were going to throw the question into the events.
Oh, okay.
We can throw that in here now.
All right, do it. Throw it in.
If.
So, we had a listener proposed
Ooh,
question.
Yes, this is true.
And that's why we're going to throw it in the
Uh,
events section.
See, I
If.
forgot about that,
If.
Joe.
Is if
Yeah.
if
Yep.
you could go to one show next year
Yeah.
in 2024 anywhere in the world.
In the world.
I'm going for anywhere. Let's do both.
We'll expand.
We can actually make this a three-part
All right.
question.
All right.
Anywhere on the East Coast,
Mm-hmm.
anywhere in the United States, anywhere
Okay.
in the world.
All right. I see where you're stepping in.
All
Yeah.
right? We're going to do, coast, national, international.
I
Boom.
like that.
Boom.
I like that.
And it can be kind of any off-road event, let's put it that way.
Okay.
Because
All
I
right.
got some cool ones that I've heard about lately that I really want to go to.
Cool. Let's do it.
So, we're going to start off with myself. Where would I go on the East Coast for an event for next year, 2024? I have to say that I want to go back to Pigeon Forge.
Yeah, I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it
That's-
for you too. I already had you. You were
That's
there.
a good one.
That is a good one.
That's a real good one.
However, the other really, really cool good one is Jeep Beach.
Oh yeah.
Like
In
I want to go to
I wanna-
want to go
I
to
wanna
Jeep
go-
Beach
yep.
once
Yep. I agree.
and go see that.
I feel like I go to my own personal Jeep Beach.
Well, all right, Mr. Fancy.
Now, I'm
Lit-
not saying it like that. I'm just saying like Jeeps on beaches.
You
I
have
approve.
Jeeps on
That's
Jeep
what you
Beach.
do.
I approve. That
Mr.
is part of my thing.
Brigantine.
All right. East Coast. Where you headed?
Where are you going? What are you doing?
I don't mean to be a me too, but I think that was why it was in my head is
You want
going
to go to Pigeon Forge?
because I haven't been. You
Yeah.
guys went. You guys, and
Yeah.
then you and I talked
So,
about hey,
Pigeon
you gotta
Forge
come.
is
And I'm
more
like,
than just going to.
it's a big
New
thing.
the
Yeah.
Great Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion. It's Great
It's
Smoky
a
Mountain Jeep
whole
Invasion.
thing.
It's the life. It's the event.
Yes.
It's
the
a
the
lot of
nightlife.
Jeeps.
And then on top of it, it's going to Windrock and
Correct.
wheeling for another 5 days
On 70,000 acres.
of
Yes.
awesomeness. And I want to go blow shit up again
All
and break
right.
shit.
Yes. I don't want to break anything in Tennessee though.
It gets put back on the trailer, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you have a trailer.
True. So you have
Hey,
that.
Lexi, where do you want to go next year?
Next year, I want to go to Moab.
Yeah,
No, we're
girl.
keeping it this coast.
That's no, that's the middle one. You have to
East
pick.
Coast.
That's
We're-
the B list. Moab is the B list.
She wants to go to Pigeon Forge. I feel like everybody wants to go to Pigeon Forge. It is the mecca.
It is.
Well, it's a hell of an event.
It's a good time.
It is a good time.
It's a good time.
However, there's another really cool event happening
Cool
next
people there.
year called Over Sand,
Oh
Yes.
yes.
put on by our good friends over at Blinker Fluid Productions.
Yes.
I did
Jamie
see this.
is putting on an Overland Over Sand down in
Yeah.
Wildwood, New
I
Jersey
know
on
some
the
people that
beach.
are very interested in
Camping
going.
on the beach.
Camping on the beach
Some
for
of
a week.
our peoples.
I
I
think
will
I'm
be there.
pretty in on it.
I'll be
I
there.
know some
I
of
think
our
I'm in on
peoples
it.
that definitely have been talking about that.
I think we should put a crew together.
Remote outpost crew.
All right.
All right.
So
I didn't get to give mine.
you
I?
did. You said Pigeon Forge.
I
No,
think
you
we
said
volunteered
Pigeon
it.
Forge.
No, I volunteered
You
it for him.
agreed with me. You're like, yeah, I want to go back. All right.
Of
Where do you
course,
want to go?
I want to go to Pigeon Forge.
But now we've asked him, so you have to
All
understand.
right,
it's-
Terry. Where
that
do
we-
you want to go now?
Oh, foot call
You're not.
mine.
Well,
All right, so we.
it's all good.
It's all good. Whew,
We're good.
we're good. Almost drug the mixer onto the floor.
So
Is
do
that-
we go? Do we go national now, Terry? Do we
We're
lead off with
going.
you on
We're
national?
going United
picks?
States.
All right.
Where do you want to go next year?
Oh,
2024. Anywhere in the United States.
EJS.
EJS. Okay.
Not even
All right.
hesitation.
Well,
All
Moab.
right. Moab.
You're getting the
No,
oh,
right.
From Lexi, she wants to
she
go
wants
too.
to go there.
She can go this year.
No. We'll discuss later.
Where do you want to go,
Later.
Jason?
You know, I don't know so much about events that are out that way because it's just so far away. But
yeah.
like Southern Cal, like out, my parents live in San Diego.
Okay.
I'd love to go check out. You know, I remember I was very big into motocross for a number of years, and there are some amazing places that are not that far. You know, off the coast, inland. There's so many different
Camping,
areas.
overlanding.
It's everything because it like Moab, you've got the rock structures and everything that make it so unique and so iconic.
Yeah.
But there you've got mountains, you've
Yeah.
got forests, you've got a lot of like what we have.
Absolutely.
You're in the Rockies, but then you also have open areas. You've got sand and everything else, so you've got a bit more of a mix in here. To me, that just seems really awesome to have just a different equation.
So that's not
than
an
we
event,
have.
though.
No, no. I'm just saying, like,
I wanted an event, damn it.
but so somebody tell me an event that is in that
Southern
Southern California,
California, okay.
area.
Yeah.
All right.
Johnson Valley, King of the
Yeah?
Hammers.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of
Okay, well that's a little bit different, but
Yeah.
that that's a
It's a dust bowl.
I don't
right.
know
All
that
right,
I'm exactly
so-
participating in that.
You
but,
don't need
know,
to participate. You just go out and watch it.
That's
That's
Right.
all
fair.
the time.
unless we make an Ultra 4 rig at ARG.
We
but,
want an Ultra 4 team sponsorship. All right, guys. I'm going to make my plea out there one
All right,
last
oh my
time
God,
for
everybody.
everybody. If anybody's a sponsor,
All right. So
where
all
do
right.
I want to go? I
Yeah.
want to go to Trail Hero.
yeah, absolutely.
Trail Hero next year. That would be the dream.
Yep.
EJS, yes,
Southern Utah, St. George, that
Yep,
area.
but
yep.
I'd rather do Trail Hero.
I like that. We
Sand
we
Hollow.
have friends in Sand Hollow, so
Yep. I
for
mean,
sure.
It was an almost possibility this year, but work kind of got in the way for myself and the
Work.
guy and the partner that I was going to go out there with.
Yep. Work.
Unfortunately, work sucks.
damn work.
Damn work.
All right. So I do have one for international.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when we started with the West Coast, I kind of wanted to do this as well because they're similar, run by the
Okay.
same people. I want to do a Jeep Jamboree at doing the Rubicon,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to go and do the Jeep Jamboree Best of the Alps 2024.
Oh,
I want to go to Switzerland and Germany
that would
and
be cool.
I can arrange
and
that.
wheel the Alps.
That would be cool.
Wouldn't that be cool? So that's my, I want to do that.
That's really cool.
I don't want to have any part of knowing how much it costs to ship your Jeep.
I don't want to know that either.
No doubt. No
Who
doubt.
cares? If you're going and it's a once in a lifetime thing, I'd go in.
Honey, I gotta
Yes.
get a very large box.
Honey, I shrunk the kids.
But it is in France and the Alps.
That's so
and
cool.
I want to do that. So yeah, if anybody wants to pay my way and let me do
Just
that.
a passenger.
Yeah.
That'd
Yeah.
be cool.
That's all I need.
All right, so I have an event, the Ultimate Rainforest Challenge.
Really?
Ooh, yeah.
This is a thing?
So Marvin, our good buddy over on
Mm,
Flex Rocks and Rollovers, is traveling to be a passenger in this ultimate challenge in the rainforest.
Yeah,
Okay.
interesting.
So I'll have to get you more details
Yeah.
as we watch and see what he's
That's-
up to.
And where is it? In Brazil? Is it in Mexico?
It is
Where
in India,
Oh.
somewhere
whole other
in the
kind of deal.
rainforest, deep in the woods.
Oh my god.
Ultimate challenge. It's like 7 days straight. Ridiculousness.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. That's a good time.
I got to look up more of it.
Interesting.
Or Trail Hero Japan.
See, I don't follow enough out of the States to have an international pick so much as like
There's also the Dakar Rally, which would be amazing to go
Yes.
see
Oh.
in certain stages. But that another really cool one would be the Goodwood Speed Festival. Sorry, I just follow a lot. of
Okay,
different-
clearly you have a punch list. See, I don't. The reason I don't have these picks, just where I'm describing more of like where I'd like to go versus an event, is because I don't trick my mind into thinking I'm actually going to make it there.
Yeah.
There are possibilities. Who knows?
See, so we didn't really bring it up, but I'm sure there's events up in Canada. I am sure there's some cool stuff up in like Vancouver or on the
Yeah.
East Coast
Well,
side.
there's awesome rally car racing up.
Um,
there's even rally car
those are
racing
gonna
out
be
in
cool areas.
Ohio and places like
Yeah.
that too.
So no doubt there are some amazing events and amazing places.
Yeah.
Joe, who asked that question, thank you, Joe, for that
Thank you, Joe.
question, says I win.
Oh,
So, and it's on the screen right now.
All
So
right, well, of course you do.
I win.
Australia, yes. There's even further. Let's ship it. If we're gonna ship a Jeep somewhere, let's ship it as far as we can.
Yeah. Who I just saw Qantas is doing now, direct from New York.
I
He's
don't
like,
want to know anything about how long that flight is.
It's 20+ hours.
Is it See, the longest flight, not to go on a whole tangent here, but the longest flight that I'm aware of is Newark to Malaysia,
Yes.
and it is 19
Yeah,
hours.
this will probably be longer,
Oof.
but it's on one of those big Airbus 350s.
I got a buddy that hit that flight a couple times. He goes, I watched 5 movies on that flight.
That's a
and slept an entire night and
That's ridiculous.
ate like 6 meals.
That's crazy.
All right. I love that.
That was a
ne-
good one.
It was a good one. Thanks for that question. And, since we don't have our event calendar up, there's a good chance to talk about
There
all
are
the
no
events.
We got,
Yeah.
our normal events are coming up next year.
Yep. So
We'll bring those on the first of the year.
That's right.
Episode 1.
Jeep Life Expert Level.
Expert level. Coming into you live from
Achievement unlocked.
the garage of Break It Billy. What you need to do prepping for the winter. Do it now.
Do it now.
So it's not bad when you look at it in the spring. Go over your frame right now. Get under it. Look for the rust spots.
Yeah.
Hit it with the wire wheel. Go through your Jeep. The season is coming. The winter is hitting.
Yes.
Pull it into the garage for the weekend. Do what you got to do.
Nope.
Get the rust off. Prep it. Spray it. Do it.
Do you have a product that you would use to spray?
So spraying, I would say some type of rust reformer, Pour 15. I would recommend more of a rust reformer though before like Rust-Oleum rust reformer, Eastwood rust reformer. There's
Something to chemically change
Yes.
the
that bonds to the rust, changes
Yeah.
the oxidation. I don't know how well it works. I would say that it kind of stops it for
it
a
works.
year.
I-
It works a lot.
I used it when I was doing this stuff on the TJ,
Yeah.
and it chemically it changes it.
Yeah.
So it neutralizes
You
it.
need to properly go over it with a wire wheel,
Yes.
get it really
Yes.
cleaned up, make sure there's no flakes left, this, that, and the other thing.
Yep.
Almost get it to bare metal,
Yep.
and then spray over it.
Mhm.
Yep. So is that does it have a dye in it to blacken
Yes,
it?
it dyes it everything black.
Yep.
It makes it a paintable surface, and then you go through and do some type of undercoating or top coat of like a black or whatever color you want to paint your underside of your Jeep.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
World's your oysters, people.
That's right. Do it.
But I think it's important to note that it's not just the because you were saying, is it a dye? Is it paint it black?
Mm.
A lot of it will turn it black because it's got phosphoric acid in it, and it actually chemically reacts with the
Yes.
Yeah.
iron oxide to convert it, and that's why reformer. That's an important term that you're using.
Reformer.
It's it's the rust informer.
Yes.
It told it.
Informer.
It told it go
reformer.
away,
Go
go
away.
away, rust.
I don't,
But that's super important because that
liberal
that stops
liberal coats works well.
It. Yes.
Yeah.
Dripping sometimes is the best with reformer.
Yeah.
And then let it just
Let it sit.
follow the directions, let it cook. Because I did this with some
Yep.
of the stuff I've already done. It worked great, and then from there you can clean that up. And then if you want to top coat it, spray it.
Yep.
Or as you just said,
I'll be honest
it
with you.
sprays it black as part of that product.
Like straight up, if you have a brand new Jeep, get under it,
Spray it.
spray the entire thing, except your exhaust.
Wool
Yeah.
wax. There's wool wax.
No,
which-
don't.
No.
Just spray it with rust reformer to start with.
no.
I swear by the crap. Like spray your frame down,
Just
Both.
proactively.
proactively get under it, spray
Yep.
the entire thing
Makes
down,
sense.
coat it, give it another layer of protection from the salt in the northeast,
Northeast,
and,
yep.
and the north in general. The winter is setting in.
Yes.
Do the maintenance
Salt
now.
is coming.
Yes.
More salt.
Yeah,
M-
a lot
yeah,
more,
more.
salt. And
Yeah.
also there's companies out there that have, frame plugs and this, that, and the other thing that you
Mhm.
can protect your frame from that nasty brine and salt
Oh, yeah,
coming
yeah.
from the winter.
Yeah, for sure.
Sand, soot, this, that, and the other thing.
For sure. Excellent. Thank you for that. We normally have a main topic. Today we're a little light on main topics. Big deal. I've got a couple questions to see if the panel can come up with a good solution. The first one that I had, and Lexi was coming home from work, and
You work?
I have this exact scenario, period, all the time. Driving in the evening
In the evening.
in the rain,
in the rain.
because all the oncoming traffic and the lights create a glare on the surface of the road. Is there anything that helps with that for you? I know I use Rain-X.
I was just
on
going to
my
say. So
windshields.
first, you want to start out with Rain-X, number one.
Yep.
Number two, I would say replace your wipers not often, but, at the recommended interval.
6
Mm.
months is usually. I
Yeah,
usually
6
do 'em, I hit them
months.
in the spring and in the fall.
The other thing is like using your wipers too.
Mm-hmm.
If you use your wipers and consistently like wash your windshield,
Yep.
it keeps the wipers like hydrated almost,
Yep.
and
They don't
they
get
don't
all.
you don't get like
jacked up.
dried out.
Yeah.
Normally the other thing is like you almost have to put your wipers on high when it gets wet for a little bit to
Yep.
like loosen them up, and then they're good.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
But Rain-X is an awesome thing. Make sure your lights are angled properly.
yeah.
A lot of us have lifted Jeeps. Make sure your lights are angled, illuminating the road in a way that is beneficial to
Yep.
you.
and not wiping out
Yep.
everybody else.
That's the other thing.
Yep.
Make sure that your fog lights are properly aimed.
Yeah, that was the one thing that I
Because-
suggested was
yep.
turn on the actual fog
Turn
lights.
on fog lights. When in the state of Pennsylvania, if it's raining, you can turn your fog lights on
Yes.
legally.
Yes.
There are some states I know out there that you're not allowed to
wasn't aware of
run
that.
fog lights if it's not foggy.
Wow.
Rain is a form of fog.
It kind of is.
It's very, very wet fog.
Yes, but
Yes.
like I do
It's
know
gravitational
that it is
fog.
It's
not.
fog concentrate.
Sometimes it is not legal to ride around with your
Interesting.
fog lights
didn't know
on.
that.
And if I'm incorrect, please correct me.
Yep.
But I have heard that in some states,
Well, why should
Mm.
we be surprised if you can't
wouldn't doubt it.
not have
Well,
things?
you know, if you're just cruising around with your fog lights
Right.
on, it creates another glare aspect for other drivers, so it's probably
Yes.
unsafe in some sense.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
You
the
said
best.
something earlier about cleaning the window. I
Cl-
think it's
make sure-
equally important to clean the interior
Yes.
of the
Interior-
window.
Absolutely.
exterior. Make sure your wipers are clean because
Yes.
literally you can clean your wipers too. If you wipe them off, their gunk like falls down your windshield, sits
Yeah.
in the wiper blades.
Yep.
Mhm.
Clean them off sometimes. Just wipe them with
Isopropyl alcohol works very well.
Usually
a lot of
works.
wipers will come like the high,
with
like
an
the nicer
isopropyl.
stuff
Yep.
comes with a wiper like pad, and that's what it is because that will strip all the tar
Yeah.
usually right
Yep.
off of it. Like you said, it keeps
Yeah.
it
Keeps
clean.
it clean. So clean wipers helps.
Yep, for sure. All right,
It's a weird one, but do it.
The Rain-X thing I use.
That's the other.
I use the orange, whatever what color you want to call it, orangey kind of Rain-X windshield washer fluid.
Yeah.
And that actually kind of has a residual.
It adds
and that
Rain-X
works
into
without doing the whole thing. That I found works really well. And in the summer, they make a variety that's also helps loosen the bugs and stuff.
yes.
Like, and that
Yep.
keeps that off. So like Bill said, if you're running those wiper blades over junk on your windshield, tar, bugs, in the winter, the salt and the grime that comes up off the truck in front of you,
Yep.
that's all taking its toll and making it harder.
Oh, 100%. So Jerry just asked, would amber fog lights help wash out the front?
Yeah.
The white.
It does. It
Yeah.
helps. However, I think it's just more based on your windshield wipers, your windshield, how clean it is, and all that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, and
Amber's usually for your other drivers.
if you're have prescription glasses,
Yep.
make sure that
Prescribed glasses.
they're not dirty. That they've got the proper coating on them as well.
The inside, I think, Terry, is what you were trying to say a minute ago.
Oh yeah.
That one I find is more not during your question about the rain and the dark. I find that one hits me up a lot more when it's sunny
Sunny.
out
dusk,
and
dawn.
you get that like
Yep.
haze, and you sit there and you're like, is that on the inside or the outside? And you kind of hit it with your fingernail. And you're like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
right.
It's on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
inside,
Yep.
and it's just there, and all of that just contributes to
Yep.
making it all the harder to
Yep.
see clearly.
So practice safe driving. I think it should be illegal not to run Rain-X.
No.
It should be illegal not to run Rain-X.
All right.
All right.
Next, next question.
Next
Your next
question.
sponsorship.
Next
for Rain-X.
question.
Gas tank overflow.
All right, you're the guy that has the information on this one, so I should have just asked this question.
You should have.
I should ask the
gas
question.
tank overflow. What am I doing wrong, Terry?
I don't know, but if
What are the
perchance-
possible fixes though?
now the 07 and 08 models
Had an issue.
had an issue from the
Yep.
factory.
Yep.
And
Their filler neck wasn't at the right angle. The
Yep.
angle wasn't correct.
and they would
the
fix
angle
that
wasn't right.
under a
I don't know.
under a
What angle
what
is
do
there
they
to
call
get?
them?
The penetration angle.
It
Like a
goes
warranty?
into a tank. What angle is there to get wrong?
That
Well,
angle.
the angle actually, the filler neck comes down, then it goes over to the gas
Over.
tank. It's
Right.
the over part that's not right.
Oh.
if it doesn't allow air to pass back up through and it
Oh,
yes.
fills
one of
that
these
tube
things.
too quickly, this, that, and the other thing, yeah, it's weird. There is a double check valve in a filler of a gas tank
Yes.
that is very touchy,
Yes.
from what I understand.
So the answer is to replace that check valve, and
Yes.
there actually is a part that Mopar makes.
Yep.
That'll go from the filler neck to the
Separate
gas tank.
tube.
Yeah, it's a separate tube, and it has in the middle a check valve.
An air chamber check valve.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
So if
And-
you have overflow problems,
Which
or if you're
We do.
overflowing,
and I'm hoping that also takes care of the check engine light.
which it probably will take care of that gas cap evap canister check engine light kind of deal.
because the pressure is not being able to
Yep.
equalize the
Yes.
correct way out of that. So
Yeah.
I'm going to look at that. I don't think the part is very expensive, and the replacement on it literally is 2 flathead screwdrivers on
Some clamps.
some
Hose
clamps
Cool.
and 2 pieces of zip tie.
Awesome.
So I'm going to look in getting that that piece,
Good.
that part. I'm going to go to the dealership and see if I can find it. All right.
Do you have any questions, Jason?
We already answered them.
You've already anticipated them all.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. The filler thing kind of surprises me. I
interesting.
don't think I've ever run into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna have
It's
to
a thing.
like, look at that TJ and be like,
It was a big thing for the 07 and 08s.
Yeah, I did know that.
Maybe that's why, because that's the first year. You're talking first year JK.
Yep.
Back to our 101.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking the 97, which is the TJ that I've got, and that's as basic as it gets, and it goes right down. There's no weirdness there.
Weirdness.
And I don't see anything in the 17. So did they retrofit this thing later on? No, you're talking about this special part, this bypass
Yeah.
of some sort. Because I don't
They
think
can
I've
fail.
seen that.
They can fail.
I think it's a part that's common. It's just they can fail.
Yeah.
The check valve doesn't work correctly, and it
Gotcha.
Yeah.
clogs up, and then
Interesting.
then it doesn't allow the.
Yeah, I've never run.
Yeah, and there's certain gasolines that have additives, and the O-rings in them fail.
Gotcha.
It's a thing.
Yep.
And so your vehicle has this already, whether it's failed or not.
Gotcha.
We're just dealing with a failure.
I'm gonna stick
Here.
with the non-failed version.
That's right. That's a good idea. All right. Where can people find us?
Well, you already found us, so I want
Right
you
here.
to head over and tell your best friend about us.
Tell
damn
'em.
it!
Tell them.
If not, info@jeeplifepodcast.com. You can send us a message. You can look us up on Google. You can search us on YouTube. You
Yeah.
can find us anywhere.
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 All right. We're everywhere. And for my buddy Break It Bill, beachin', bitchin',
Jason, Jerry, Jason,
and I'm Jeep and Terry.
Beach Jeep Jason.
Beach Jeep Jason, BJJ.
It was a big Jeep wave to you, everybody. Sweet.
We need to work on that extra.
I know, right? Well, it's
I think we need to work
Terry
on-
time.
It's
That's what that
what
is.
is Jason's name?
Yeah,
Because
well.
Terry stubbed his toe on that twice.
Mike, the exact solution, it keeps tripping the stop while you're filling. That could be the exact same part in a completely open way or a completely clogged way. So that it could be exactly the same part causing your issue. Anyway, everybody, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. I'm done.
You're done.
I'm done.
All done.
All done. All right. See you, everybody.